Good morning, my friends. I'm Lama Jigme, and this is Enlightened Fitness, where first we'll use high-intensity body weight interval training to cultivate the body of a tantric sex guy. Then we'll use guided meditation to cultivate both the heart and the mind of a Buddha. If this is your first time tuning in, allow me to draw your attention to a little button about 3 inches below the video, and it reads Show More. When you click that, it'll reveal a list of links as long as my arm. That's going to show you a bunch of free resources to answer your questions about nutrition, warming up, exercise, how to sit, how to count your finger creases, and how to meditate. Very, very useful information. All of it's free, except for the books that other people wrote. That's out of my control. Sorry. Only so much I can do, folks. But all the videos and all the stuff I put out there, free. My only request is that you use this stuff to have a more fulfilling, happy, long, productive life. Yeah, I'm kind of evil that way. So, one of the first links you're going to discover below this video is one that leads you to my Enlightened Fitness page on my website. On that page, the workouts are organized by length of workout. There's a box full of 10-minute videos. There's a box full of 2-minute workouts. There's a box full of 4-minute workouts. You get the idea. Within each box, the videos are organized by length of meditation. Here's where it gets cool. Set yourself up for success and start out with a 3-minute meditation. You might say, hey, man, I'm Bob Bitchin'. I'm pretty awesome. I've been meditating for 20 years, and I don't need no stinking 3-minute meditation. Well, Sparky, if you've been meditating 20 years and you ain't a Buddha yet, you've been doing something wrong. So how's about sitting down, slicing up a nice serving of humble pie, and starting with a 3-minute lesson? For all of us, starting with a 3-minute lesson is a great way to ensure yourself of success. Now, I've tried every diet on the planet, just about. I mean, maybe I haven't tried the fried insect diet, but I've tried a whole bunch of diets. The ones that me and my students have gotten the best results from can be simply described as low-fat, whole food, plant-based. Very simple. Low-fat, whole food, plant-based. Cat doesn't like that. Neighbor's cat prefers live mice. I find they get stuck between my teeth. That's just me. A current book I really enjoy is Healthy Eating, Healthy World by J. Morris Hicks. This guy is not a brilliant author. He's an engineer and a very good researcher. So if you're looking for prose, I recommend Eating Animals. That's beautifully written. If you want to just hard, cold facts, and plenty of them, I recommend this book. So we're on the portion of the book that's examining the environmental impact of the human omnivorous diet. And specifically, we're focused on biodiversity and the loss of species. Our forests aren't the only habitats in trouble. Marine ecosystems are in danger as well. Overfishing, destructive fishing techniques, and other human activities have severely jeopardized the health of many of the world's fish stocks, along with associated marine species and ecosystems. The UN, Food and Agriculture Organization, estimates that more than half of ocean fish stocks are exploited at or beyond capacity. At the same time, our agricultural practices on land are beginning to foul the oceans as well. Dr. Bruce Monger, who teaches oceanography at Cornell University, has uncovered some alarming facts on this pollution. After plotting the explosive growth of human population, the increase of CO2 in the atmosphere, the escalation of deforestation, the increase in the use of industrial nitrogen fertilizer from 1980 to 2009, all in the same graph, he was blown away by what he saw. In a 2009 online lecture, he exclaimed, "Boy, I've got to get interested in what's going on with nitrogen, because it's by far the most rapidly increasing item of this group. Some estimate that we've put more nitrogen-based fertilizer in the ground in the last 20 years than we've put in the ground since fertilizer was invented. This unprecedented increase in the use of chemical fertilizer has been driven in a large part by the crops grown to feed the billions of factory-farmed animals. Just as their manure pollutes our rivers and streams, the fertilizer used to grow their feed is beginning to do a number on our oceans." I love that phrase. My mom loves the phrase, "doing a number." And she doesn't mean it like in the Broadway sense. So anyway, as Dr. Munger explains, when you have heavy agriculture and you pour large amounts of fertilizer on the land, a large fraction washes off the land into streams and eventually is brought to the coastal ocean, where it's dumped. That nitrogen, in turn, stimulates exceptionally strong growth by algae, which creates an exceptionally large biomass of algae in the surface water. This algae eventually dies and usually sinks into coastal waters, typically near river outflows. Bacteria consume the dead algae for food, and they consume the oxygen in the water along with it. The more nutrients you dump in the ocean from land, the more algae and the more bacteria consume oxygen until, you guessed it, the oxygen in the water falls to near zero. After a few more steps, the process leads to what the oceanographers call dead zones, areas of very low or zero oxygen where nothing that uses oxygen for growth can live. If you're a sci-fi geek such as myself, you'll remember that in the original black and white Godzilla starring Raymond Burr, that's how they killed Godzilla. Let's continue. Dr. Munger goes on to explain that this is a problem not only for the Mississippi River or for the United States, but for the entire world. The same blights we see along the Gulf and East Coast of the United States we see in Europe, South America, Asia, and Australia. Fish farming is another industry that has enjoyed unprecedented growth in recent years, which contributes to the problem globally. As we discuss in Chapter 7, these floating factory farms are no picnic for the poor fish, and they're equally bad for the environment, primarily because of the nitrogen used for these farms. As Dr. Munger says, farmed fish need to be fed something. If you're growing salmon in a pen off the coast, you have to dump fish food in there, and that fish food is full of nitrogen, and a lot of the food won't be consumed, and the fish will excrete it. So the problem of nitrogen pollution is compounded, and unlike the nitrogen from fertilizer, the nitrogen from fish farms does not have to travel down streams and rivers first. It bleeds directly into the ocean. Well, there you have it. A little visit from Susie Sunshine to start the day just right. Folks, it's very difficult to destroy the world through the cunning use, the ruthless consumption of drinking water and eating plants. Especially if the plants are cultivated, if not biodynamically, then at least organically, in a way that is completely in harmony with a sustainable global model. Everything can be reused. Urine can be reused. Feces, after being stored for 12 months, have zero pathogens and become ideal for soil. there are ways we can thrive as a species without killing our planet. That, personally, fills me with hope and enthusiasm. Once again, as a sci-fi geek, one of the first sci-fi movies I ever saw alone was with Bruce Dern. It was a very sad movie about ecology called Silent Running. And it made a huge impact. Many cars have spare tires. We don't have a spare Earth. Let's take care of our Earth well. If we are Christian fundamentalists, a phrase bandied about the Gospels is stewardship, and we must be wise stewards with what we have been given, i.e. the Earth and its animals. If our sweetheart was to give us a flower and we threw it on the ground and stomped it, that would not say very well for a relationship with the person who gave us a flower. Likewise, if we consider ourselves to be a Jewish fundamentalist or a Christian fundamentalist or a Muslim fundamentalist, and we don't treat the earth with respect, then not respecting the individual who gave us the earth and all its contents. So, clearly I am not a Jewish, Christian, or Islamic fundamentalist. I'm a liberal Buddhist. But responsible stewardship of the earth and its contents affects us all. Now, enough of that. Let's work out. And again, the neighbor's cat is going to judiciously supervise the workout. Oh, kitty cat. That's right, pussycat. Let's warm up by doing 2 repetitions of Indian-inspired 12-phase sun salutation. Okay. Woof. Now that we're warmed up and broken a sweat, please join me in 5 circuits, 5 exercises each. First set of heel squats. First set of jumping toe squats. First set of piking press. Core thrusts. First set of door strap shins. Each of these exercises is explained in detail in an individual video. Confused? Then just use the links. They will answer all your questions. I love how for every exercise you can't do, there's an easier exercise that you can perform that will give you the strength that will lead to you being able to perform the one you personally cannot. Second, heel. Second, toe. Second, press. Second thrust. Second chin. Not by the hair, my chin, chin, chin. Come on, kids, it's just an 8-minute workout. Third, heel. Third, toe. Third, press. Third, thrust. Third, chin. Fourth, heel. Fourth, toe. Fourth thrust. Fourth, chin. Final circuit. How cool is that? Fifth, heel. Fifth, toe. Fifth, press. Fifth, thrust. Fifth and final, chin. I'm going to take a moment to move the yoga mat. Now that's a spicy meatball. Remember folks, being out of breath and shivitsi means you did your workout right. boy. Yesterday's guided meditation was approximately 24 minutes long. Now you may expect me to announce that today's guided meditation could be 27 minutes long, but I'm not. Today I present to you another 24-minute meditation that was markedly simpler than yesterday's. And you might say, why? Why isn't every meditation the same? Because our needs are always changing. And it's good to have many tools in your proverbial shed. I'm reminded of the story, or the phrase that goes, you cannot cross the waters of a stream the exact same place in 2 days, because every day the stream changes and the waters have changed. Likewise, our needs or even sense are always changing all the time. That is not a spiritual endowment, that is simply the way things are in this universe of interdependence and constant flux. So what we're going to do today is become mindful of the pendulum on a proverbial grandfather clock. It swings to the right, swings to the left, and then back, and then forth continually. Likewise, we will swing from Meta's loving kindness to Vipassana's union of awareness, letting go. Back and forth, approximately 4 times, or 4 sets. So we're going to begin today with the metta, or loving kindness, that intends to lavish all others with great wisdom. Buddha's wisdom of letting go, including but not limited to letting go of our fear, letting go of our control. We're told by Einstein that the key to genius, that although intellect is a tool of genius, the key to genius is creativity. The great irony is that we cannot unleash creativity until we let go of our fear of failure and other people's opinions of us. So come, let us lavish everyone with Buddha's wisdom of letting go. Now, Buddha's wisdom of letting go does not mean we become indifferent, because we're tempered that wisdom with love. It just means we don't become neurotic bastards. Or it just means we don't remain neurotic nut jobs. I really love the movie The Color of Night with Bruce Willis. One of the characters was a very cynical detective who kept calling the psychiatrist's patients his daffodils. That was a fun movie. Okay, you could call it a neo-noir, which is also a winning answer to Scrabble. Okay, so please sit erect. Left hand in lap, palm up. Right hand in left, palm up. Thumbs do not touch. This should all be reviewed. If it isn't, go back to the first lesson. Go back to a 3-minute guided meditation. Okay. On the in-breath, how wise good. On the out-breath, releasing. How wise feel, releasing. Now to me, give wisdom. Now to some, let's try this again, yes. Now to some, give wisdom. Now to all, give wisdom. Now to each, give wisdom. Each wise. Pendulum swings to the left. We play with the vipassana, that is the union of awareness and letting go. What's seeing, releasing, even though your eyes are closed. What hearing, releasing. What feeling, releasing. How could this be funny? Grin with lips, releasing. Noticing, relaxing. For instance, today I'm looking forward to a dental appointment. So it's visions of Dustin Hoffman's The Marathon Man go cartwheeling through the movie screen of my mind. I practice noticing, relaxing. My job is not to stop the thoughts, but to merely be aware of them and let go of them. This ease. The pendulum swings to the right. We do the metta, that is the loving kindness that intends to lavish everyone with peace. How peace good? Releasing. Of course, I should have said perform the metta, because I say the do the metta makes it sound like a great dance step or a really good date. Ah, the foibles of English. How peace feel releasing. Now to me, give great peace. Now to some, give great peace. Now to all, give great peace. Now to each, give great peace. Each peace. pendulum swings to the left. Vipassana of awareness and letting go. What's seeing, releasing. What hearing, releasing. What feeling, releasing. How could this be funny? Noticing, relaxing. This ease. If you wish, you may adjust your posture. Back to Metta. How love good, releasing. How love feel, releasing. Give to me love for all. Give to some love for all. By the way, this is a great way to start the morning with love. It really wakes you up. You don't want to do it before bed. It'll make it tougher to go to sleep. Give to all, love for each. Give to each, love for all. Each love. Vipassana, what's seeing, releasing. What hearing, releasing. What feeling, releasing. Noticing, relaxing. My mistake. How could this be funny? Grin with cheeks, releasing. Noticing, relaxing. This ease. metta that gives joy. How joy good, releasing. How joy feel, releasing. Now to me, give great joy. Some joy. All joy. Each joy. See free. Hear free. Feel free. Grin free. This ease. that completes this morning's 24 minutes guided meditation. I now invite you to join me in a gentle set of geriatric yoga. Woof. Entitled Untying the Heart's Knots. Kitty, 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 kitty. Please sit erect and lace your hands behind your tush. Please open your chest and twist to the left. While I give wise, releasing. Please reverse now to each give wisdom. Back to center. Please release your hands. Place them in your lap. Swing them out and overhead. Please bend to the left. Will I give peace, releasing? Please reverse. Now to each, give great peace. Back to center. Please make your way into downward facing fetal position, which is also known as child's pose. Give to each, love for all. Please curl your hands into fists. Place the knuckles of your fist upon the yoga blanket just above your knees as if you were going to punch or jab. Rapidly straighten your arms and ride the momentum into the seated samurai position, which is also known as lion's pose. Please lace your hands behind your tush, open your chest, drop your head, roll your gaze up. What's seeing, really seeing. What hearing, really seeing. What feeling, releasing. Please release your hands. Please cup your palms. Gently press your hands together so the center of each palm is just before your the upper third of your chest. Please press into a left-facing twist. Will I give joy, releasing? Back to center, relax the shoulders down, press into a right facing twist. Give to each, let's try this again, now to each, give great joy. Back to center. let's work our way down into the hands and knee position in preparation for cat-cow asana. Open mouth, slack jaw. And now to each, give comfort. Please stand up. Woof. Please place your weight upon the major and minor ball of each foot behind the big and little toe. Heels off the yoga blanket. Subtle bend in the knees. Hands laced behind the tuchus. Hips thrust forward. Head tucked down. Eye gaze rolled up. How could this be funny? Grin with eyes, releasing. Noticing, relaxing. The 3 verbal recitations we're about to perform can be found at the end of each lesson in the PDF entitled First Set of Lesson Texts, which you can download for free by using the link that takes you to the class materials page. Okay. Let's perform 2 repetitions of Indian-inspired 12-phase sun salutation. By this virtue may I now accomplish the spontaneous, habitual, easy, and effective mastery of Buddha's mental yogas, of devotion, of wisdom, peace, love, and joy. And now lead every living being, without exception, to this ground. May everyone be healthy, wealthy, and happy. May everyone practice skillfully and joyfully. May everyone accomplish Jigme in this life. And then help many others do likewise. For truly that is the meaning of life. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let's conclude with 2 repetitions of Vietnamese-inspired bows. May I always be cared for throughout all my lives by the Buddha of compassion, emanated as my kind teacher. And as such, may I always enthusiastically and joyfully tread this excellent path praised by the conquerors. Okay, my friends, I thank you for your time and your kind attention. I thank you for your support and your enthusiasm to apply these instructions twice daily. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Om Mani Padme Hum. Pardon. Before you go, allow me to remind you to please click the subscribe button up here and the like button down here, as well as the share button around here. At the very end of this video, you'll want to find the YouTube button all the way up there. It'll take you to the home page. On the bottom left-hand corner of the page, you'll find a section that reads subscriptions or manage subscriptions. Click that. It'll take you to either Lama Jigme or Tantric Sex God 1. From there, you can click the little box next to it. It will allow you to receive email notifications when I upload my next video. Hey, remember those links I told you about below the video screen? You could use one of those links to help keep this monk fed, which is lovely, but not mandatory. Is there another link that you could use to register for the next series of live weekly webinars? When does it begin? Monday, the 6th of May. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.